This world is a creation through imagination. So sometimes people can say this is an illusionary or an imaginary world. Imaginary does not mean that we don't exist. We are imaginary. We are there. But the interpretation is like this, that anything which is created is coming out of imagination. So even human inventions, the inventions humans do, because we have intelligence, we the inventions start from imagination. So there is imagination, there is a lot of observation and introspection and analysis, and then some kind of experiments, and that leads to some kind of invention, and then that's invention leads to a creation, and we create a product. So even it's a car or a refrigerator or a mobile phone or communication device or the communication technology, it's all in imagination. If you look at science fiction, and science fiction, a lot of fiction turns into reality. They say fiction of today is the science of tomorrow. So what people imagine can be realized, or you can call it manifestation through imagination, because it's ultimately the creativity and which is exploited, and that's inherent to the intelligence given to the certain species. Like we have the ability to create, but the other species probably don't have the ability to create. They are hard coded and they have a very specific purpose, and they don't have that intelligence to create something more. So it is probably, it's only the humans on this planet who have the ability to create, and they have the ability to liberate also. Liberate means to understand the reality and merge back with the consciousness and get away from this cycle of birth and death by realization. So the creativity is something which should be a constant, and whatever we do should have creativity, and through creativity we get happiness and joy of doing. So if now what humans create through their imagination, and like different people utilize their creativity and use their creativity. Not everybody uses creativity. Some are unable to use a creativity due to different reasons, which I am not going to discuss here. But the creativity which is being used by the humans, it all is exploited to some limit. We don't know what is the limit of the human brain, and the human of the limit of the creativity. So that's probably not kind of known, so we cannot comment on that. But people have expanded their brains, mind, and the creativity and the thinking and the philosophizing, and I mean, what's the right word, and analyzing and thinking and coming to conclusion is basically a kind of creativity only, because they are able to unravel the truth behind this creation. Now whether we know how we got created, who created us, that's a different aspect, but we also got created. So my point is that this creativity and creation is somebody's imagination. Humans are imagining something and then they're creating it. Similarly, we got created, so obviously we must have been somebody's imagination. Now it is our imagination that we can call God, or it can be somebody else who created us and who were created by somebody else, some super creator, and then that super creator would have been created. So there might be a protocol in this whole hierarchy of creation, or maybe it is just one person who's creating. Like in the Indian Hindu scriptures, they say that Lord Brahma came out of the Nabhi, navel of Lord Vishnu, and then he was made to create this universe. So universe actually started. So obviously God, the main creator, there was obviously this has to stop somewhere. So probably the main creator was always present, never, or maybe this creation was self-creating. So another aspect is this is self-creating and self-destroying. It's in a cycle. So because if you say that there was somebody supreme, So, who created that supreme? So, when did that supreme came into being? So, then you go into that infinity. But when you look at a cycle where we get created and destroyed, like composition and decomposition, not destruction. We get composed and decomposed, and but there is some intelligence, inherent intelligence, which is existing in this whole science of creation and destruction. So, in a cyclic way, so there is no there is no end point, it is happening in a circle. So, this creation is scientifically creating species, but again there is a problem here, because then who created this cycle also? So, then it is very easy to assume that the supreme authority God, who has been there infinitely. So, now, so this infinite is beyond our comprehension actually. So, we'll have to stop somewhere. I mean, maybe but maybe somebody will comprehend it. Maybe some Rishi Munis, they understood this, and they gave this knowledge, but knowledge, this can be only experienced, this cannot be explained through words. We have a language, we have limitations, so we cannot, so certain things cannot be explained through words, and some things have to be experienced, because that realm of existence can only be experienced only when your ability or capability is expanded to perceive that. If we cannot, if we either we don't have that capability, or if we have it, which is not exploited at this point of time, it's not been utilized for whatever reason. So, if we can utilize it, so this is like a kind of a dilemma which we don't know that what is our capability. So, we are, and whatever we create also really doesn't know, they are being just used. So, all whatever is imagined and created is being used by the creator. So, if what we have created, we are using that, and whatever we have created doesn't know what they have been created for, and we assume that we are only thinkers, and what we create doesn't think probably, but everything has energy, the whole universe has energy, everything which has mass has energy in it, and it is all connected through the original source of source of energy. So, that interconnection is already there, which we also see consciousness. But we are not, we are also being used in a way we were created for. So, we were created for creating maybe something else. So, we had certain abilities provided by the creator, but probably the creator does not give the ability to understand who created us and what were we created for. So, we are always in this kind of argument or discussions to understand what is the meaning of life, and even though you can define it in a very positive way, but how we got created, why we got created, what was the specific purpose of creating us, probably we may not have that answer, because we are being created for a certain purpose and we are being used. So, I think this is a little confusing, but it has some point, and I will do some more deep analysis and try to see if I can come to some more answers closer to what may be the reality. So, this is what I am right now going through my analysis, and I'll also add, like the modern sciences, obviously, especially the astrophysics and astronomy is limited to what they get photographs from the space telescopes, JWT, James Webb Telescope, and it's only limited to physical, abstract physical level and space and time level only. Whatever photographs they have, they have no way to do a kind of, and they are not doing logical analysis, and there are no data points, because the vastness of universe, the scale is so huge that to get data points is also a problem. So, they have some assumptions which look so illogical actually, like the assumption of creation of planet. They say there is a disk of dust and this what you call dust and this which solidified disk, and then it collided with many other meteors, and then it formed a planet. So this is like a vague kind of a definition, but I would say whoever created this planet, so we really don't know what they used. But if you look at creation, for everything to be created, there will be some elements, there will be some material. So it's a material science. It's a very vast material science creation, because one is the physical form, second is the energy part which is infused into that, how it is infused, and so that's a different subject. But the whole mass which is created, the forms which are created, whether it is planet, whether it is human, whatever other species or whatever, we don't call it species, like planet we don't call species, but it is also a creation, it's in a form. So whatever form has been created by the creator, they will definitely have some ingredients, and like we have 5 elements, and there may be some elements which will be required. So probably the planet is also created out of these 5 elements only, and these are the probably basic building blocks of the universe, and we can call it nebula or dust or space, matter, which kind of collided and got together. So the creator would have imagined this. So if the creator would have imagined a solar system, a system in which the interplay of energy will be there, and there will be a rhythmic dance, cosmic dance, which is happening, which is very mathematical, and it is mathematically aligned. There is an interplay, and there is an interplay of energies. So this all has been created by a creator which is beyond our comprehension. But we can kind of understand that there is a sequence in creation, there is a hierarchy in creation, and we are all part of that hierarchy, and we have our own limitations. So we don't know who created. So by guessing and making these kind of vague definition about the creation doesn't make sense, that too coming from scientists. So I think this modern science, the scientists have to be more realistic and more spiritual, like more logical, and the approach should change from abstract physics to very higher level. Even the quantum theory is used, like I find it very glamorous to that they uses quantum everywhere, they use quantum, but what exactly is quantum, they really don't know. So the modern science is getting stuck in words and not really going more deep through self-inquiry, through the way the rishis and munis in the ancient times in India, the way they kind of meditated and did a detailed self-inquiry. I mean, I'll tell you that now I am able to kind of relate to this meditation tapasya they did for long hours, for days and months. So what happens when the urge to find that thing, they go into isolation, when there is a very strong urge to find the answers, do that kind of analysis, it cannot be done in few hours or in few minutes. So there is a point which comes, which is, in fact, I'm also having this kind of realization that whatever I'm doing in my daytime, it's obstructing me to eat food, to clean the house, to do the daily chores and routines. It is obstructing my analysis because I need some more time. Probably, I really don't know. Probably I might go into deep analysis. You can call it meditation because I'm doing it in a very focused way. So when there is dhyan is, you do a dhyan means you focus to analyze something. That's what is meditation, and that was tapasya. Tapasya was going for a prolonged period, and just doing that till the time you don't get the answer. So this desire to this thought of not, I'm thinking that for a day or two I will just forget everything and just lie in my bed or sit in some pose and just keep doing this analysis and then see what happens, because till the time you don't break these boundaries, the human boundaries which we all have, we will not be able to go beyond a certain level of analysis and may not get those answers. So this is something very interesting which I thought I will share. And there was one more point which probably now I've forgotten, which I thought I will share that also. And that's it in this video, and I will keep sharing my analysis which I get about this creation, and yeah, thank you.